Alright, so it's been a while since I've done the bad side of selling on eBay. All the negative feedback's neutral. I just got blasted again for a mistake. I made a mistake. A couple of these orders, so I have 3 returns. 2 of them were my mistakes. One, and so far, I just got a new negative feedback, so you can see some ones. I'm going to leave those right there. I've got like 12 of them. Most I've ever had. And I just got a new one. That's a new one right there. And I just figured out what happened with that. We'll talk about that in a second. So this is one return. This is one return. This is one return. So this one, it's a disk drive for a Xbox One. And he said that it says it doesn't work. I just had a video. I just retested all my drives and they all worked. So let's we'll have to retest this later. So I went back to just taking free returns. It doesn't really matter. You have to take returns no matter what. You can't really say you can't take a return because eBay will force you to take it anyway. So you might as well just offer the free returns. And then the only thing about that is I just have another return that hasn't got shipped yet. Was a changed mind, which is the worst. So that means it went all the way there. I paid to go all the way there and back. And for nothing. So that one hasn't. This one he says it doesn't work. Looks like mine gets this metal security sticker. So we'll have to try that later. So that's the first return. Second return was my mistake, but it's a mistake where I was off by a letter and it made a difference and I didn't know it. I still don't know it, but we'll show you in a second. Let me get to it. And then the one on the bottom, this is the real mess return, because what I did is I forgot to crop something in my main photo, and it came back and it just got me. I just didn't see it. I'll explain it in a minute. Alright, so what I did here on this one, I sold so many of these, I've never had a problem, but this is a slim PS4 Slim. I made an error. And he says I never knew there was a difference. Let me explain it to you. Let's see. No matter how many times you try to make everything exactly as a listing should be, sometimes I miss something. And this was one of them. So it came back. It's human error. So this is for the Slim. So there's 3 different kinds of Slims. The 2015A or B, this is removable. Then there's the 2115A, and then there's the 2215A or B. I didn't know that the A or B made a difference. So this is for the 2215. It's labeled 22, but I put on the listing A and not B. So when he got this, he said that something didn't fit. The cables didn't fit correctly. And I never knew that the A or B made a difference on the Slim. What makes a difference is the 2015A, the 2115A, 2215A. Each one of those is different. This was listed as 2215A, and that's what it was. But it's 2215B. So that was my mistake. That one letter, the A to the B, I had the right 2215. I just had the wrong A or B. He wanted the A, and it's a B. It says the cable didn't fit it or something. So that got returned. 2 returns. This is the nightmare return right here, this one. Let me explain it to you. Let me get the listing. I haven't got a negative feedback for this, but it should be coming any time now. Let's go to my returns. See this one here I'm waiting for. So once you open up free returns, it's like opening up a Pandora's box for people that'll change mind, no longer needed kind of deal. It's such a waste. I almost eliminated all that without having to do it. Alright, so these are all the returns I just got in. This one. So I made a mistake here on this listing, and it bit me in the rear end. And there's a reason why it's still my fault. I was listing Power Rangers, all the Power Rangers here, but what I did is I had in the background here, I had all the other videos, and I didn't crop them. The main video I didn't crop. See, there's the Power Rangers. I think every other video is Power Rangers, right? I mean, every other photo is Power Rangers, and I had it titled as Power Rangers, right? Pretty simple. I got a message, and the message to me was, are all the videos and the photos included? And I said yes, and then that was it. He meant all of these. He didn't ask me, hey, I noticed that your main photo shows Disney and the other videos, are those included? Because I can see every other one is just, and the title is Power Rangers, are those included? He didn't ask me that question. I forgot that these were in the main photo. So he returned them. Because when he got them, he says, hey, where's my Disney photos? Like, there was no Disney ones. And then I looked and I said, oh, I forgot to crop it out. If he would have asked it correctly, if he would have said to me, are the Disney and the other ones included? I don't see that detail, but he didn't do that. So that's these. And this will be, I'm sure, negative feedback coming back. And then the last thing we'll do, it's so hard to sell stuff, and you make one little mistake. One was an A to a B I mislabeled. It cost me a return. The second was the fact that I forgot to crop these out when every other photo is just Power Rangers. That's all it was. This was the Power Rangers lot. That's all I was selling. But because he asked the question, are all the ones in the photo included? And I said yes. Technically, there was some in this photo, but I didn't realize that those were still in that photo when he asked the question. To me, I was thinking he was asking, are all the Power Rangers in 20 other photos included? And the answer was yes. Not. Are the Disney and the other ones in the background, are those included? That would have been a heck no. And then I would have cropped the photo as soon as he asked that question. But it's not how it went down. So, it's on me too. So nothing was missing. It was there. So the last thing we'll talk about. Oh, we'll look at something fun. Last thing that just happened was my negative feedback. I'm not going to go through them all. You're more than welcome to check them out. So what happened was I made another mistake, which was I shipped the wrong thing. I put the wrong label on the wrong box, and I just found out what. So my last negative feedback just happened yesterday. The guy contacted me out of nowhere. I had no idea there was a problem. Never contacted me directly. This was his feedback he left me. What a dirtbag. It says, never received your order. He's correct. I made a mistake. tracking was created. I did, but somehow I put the wrong label. I just found out that I shipped this order to another buyer by accident. It's the first time I've done that, and remember, I'm doing this all myself. Every day, pumping out stuff. Every once in a while, there's probably 2,000 or 3,000, at least 2,000 or 3,000 packages since I made a shipping label mistake. So as soon as this guy he opened a claim. He didn't contact me. He said right here, but communication was dismal when I asked about the missing shipment. He never contacted me. So then I replied back there. So you can read that if you want. As soon as I saw the eBay open as did not receive, I started sending them messages, and I just couldn't figure it out, so I refunded him. And as soon as I refunded him, he blasted me. And then this morning, I still didn't know what happened to it until this morning. This is what happened to it. I shipped those two to this guy here. This morning I got this message. I didn't have it yesterday. There they are. I know I shipped them, but somehow the label I put the wrong label on the wrong thing. So again, my fault, but no reason to blast anybody. So that's a bummer. Let's look at something fun for a minute. So I'm going to reship his thing that I owe him, and then I'll refund him. So buyers can be brutal, man. Human errors are made. Kind of bad stuff in here. So this is the good stuff. We'll look at something real quick here. Yeah, I got 13 negative feedbacks now, 13 or 14. They go away after a year, so. But that's, if you look at it, I have 2,760 positive, 12 negative, and 7 neutral. Neutral is just as bad as negative. So this is a gateway. I'm trying to get some better. That's kind of weird. I guess I'll reuse it. I need to get a signal in here better. Still working on my scenes. So I need another Wi-Fi. Hopefully I can use this. I'm not positive I'll be able to or not, but that's what we got. So I'm not going to see what did I just do with the other thing. I just had the key. Alright, so that's a good news. I'm going to play around with that later. So, yeah, if you look through here, take your time. You can look at my negative feedback. They're pretty brutal. Some are mistakes, some are difficult buyers. It's just a mess every once in a while. And that's the guy I got mad because each one I replied to, everyone has a story behind it. Boy, I could sit and do a video on each one of these, good and bad. And then see, it looks so. And then the buyers always get the last reply. So there's a message, and then I replied to it, and then they get the final one. They really bash me even more. It says this guy said I was gonna hurt people. You need help. See, you can reply. So buyers always get the last thing, and I always like to share it. So it's there. I'll just do one of these days. I'll do a video on just the hard side of selling stuff, and then neutral is just as bad. So I'm up to 719, but positive price should have been lower. This guy wanted lower. I had it down to, I know there's 6 little screws, but now it's costing me $8 to ship 2 ounces. So this guy had it down to $9.78, and that wasn't low enough for him. He just thinks it should have been lower. I have nowhere to go. That means I only made, and eBay takes $1.50. So that leaves me change for what I make, what I get left over. So you can look through these. There's some crazy stuff here. Everyone has a story, boy. Boy, I'd like to sit here and talk about all these, but I'm not gonna. We're just gonna go through those real quick. So the next one, I'm sure I'll get in for negative feedback, will be about that Power Rangers. I didn't see it. The question he asked was not the question I understood. He didn't mention anything about, are the extra Disney ones included? Or the ones in the background? Or the other ones? No. Every other photo, I had 23 photos, for the Power Rangers, every other photo was what it was. Where is it? So I got a few returns lately. This one. It's because I messed up. Look at that. That one cost me too. But you got a refund. You guys return.